Stacy Clark here, owner and general manager of Unlimited RV. As racers, we know how important time is. Not bad, kid. 5 seconds faster. As racers, we know how important reliability is. At Unlimited RV, we have lifetime warranty, so you know we've got you covered. At Unlimited RV, we offer nationwide free shipping, so you don't have to waste your time getting into the RV or motorhome for your next big adventure.
Your locally owned Bill Alexander Ford has the vehicles you want. F-Series, Bronco, Expedition, Edge, Explorer, Escape, and Ranger. And try our mobile service for light maintenance. We will come to you. For a difference you can count on, visit us in person or go to BillAlexanderFord.com.
Sure, everything's made of something, but time and sweat is what puts it together. And it's that relentless application of effort against the clock that created everything around us. The BF Goodrich HD terrain tire is engineered to tackle the extreme situations heavy-duty trucks are met with head-on. Because downtime can't exist when there's a job to do. Time isn't something to marvel at. It's something to be seized. It's a tool we put firmly in your hands. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
All right, everybody, welcome back. It is time once again. It is 3 o'clock. That means it's time for another Fishgistics update for you guys here. We just had our first bikes finish. We had the 11X finish. I think it was the 3X finish behind them. So we have our first few bikes are at the finish line. We don't know the exact order because we have to wait and see time penalties and anything like that. But we have the 11X, the 1X, the 3X, and the 9X are all at the finish. So 4 bikes. It was an epic battle between all 4 of those bikes today. Really came down to the last minute, and we're going to have to wait and see on the times. It looks like it's probably the 11X, but like I said, that's always unofficial. But yeah, great battle going on today. So really cool to watch a good bike battle down there. So if we bring up the tracker, the cars are getting over to the coast. Now last year, actually it's been a couple years since the Baja 500 went up the coast. So I know a lot of people were stoked to get back on the coast this year, and it'll be cool to see. We're going to get a whole bunch of videos and pictures coming pretty soon, I'm sure, because I know a lot of you guys and a lot of locals all along this whole coast section have a lot of cell phone coverage pretty much there. So we're going to get inundated with photos and videos and everything soon. So we'll be posting some more stuff soon. All right. We just had Bryce Menzies get on the highway, we were told. So we're getting split times right here from our buddy Devin. He's sitting right here. He's going to give us some split times. So Bryce Menzies first on the road, as you can see right here. So Bryce Menzies is the number 7 on the road, on the ended the crossover and on the highway. So now he's going to go up just a few miles on the highway speed section, going to go left and going to head out to the coast. Actually going to go south a little bit, do this little loop, and then get on the beach. And then all the way up the beach, up to Arindia, all the way in, up to Santo Tomas on the highway, and back in through Europan. So a little bit of ways to go. Anything can happen. This race is far from over. So we will see what happens. We'll see what happens. We'll get some physical split times for you guys. It is going to be the 87 coming second. The thing is, remember earlier today we were talking about Myers and the 69? Well, we haven't talked about them all day because their tracker hasn't worked all day, and honestly, I kind of forgot about them a little bit. They are running 3rd right now. They actually started right behind Bryce in 4th, and they are running 3rd. So the 69 has had pretty much a perfect day. They're running just a little bit behind where they started, really. They started right behind Bryce. The 87's got around them, but they're still right there. So keep an eye on the 69, Andrew Myers, for the rest of the day. We're going to get some split times because obviously we can't watch him on the tracker since his tracker's not working. But the good news is Bryce's tracker did start working for all you guys to see. So his public tracker is working again, so that's good. 87, like we said, Mike Walser, that is actually Ray Griffith in the car now. So Ray is going to be driving that thing all the way to the finish line. So that's going to be your second. 3rd is going to be the 69, we just said Andrew Myers. And then 4th is going to be right here, Mr. Baja, Larry Rossler, coming along. He's driving the whole thing solo. So Larry's going to do the whole thing, and he's in 4th position. So that's your top 4. Right behind them, we have Dan McMillan right here. This is actually Josh Daniel in the truck now with Billy Baruti. We did get word that they have a sector shaft that's a little bit twisted on that truck, it sounds like. So they're going to try to make it to the finish line. So hopefully the 23 will hold together. Hopefully the steering box sector shaft will hold. The steering wheel, the good thing is you can always take it off and just put it on a different spline, right? And hope that it holds up and you can straighten it back out. So that's what's going on in the 23. We'll see there. We got Roberto Romo Jr. in the 33 next. Luke McMillan had a steering box or pump or something, not a box. He probably had a pump go out because he was able to change it earlier. He's going again. Steve Olagus, that is now Justin Lofton in the truck. And then Gustavo Vidosola Sr. back here. Ricky Johnson should still be in the truck. And then Gustavo is going to get in on the beach side once they get over here. Somewhere like right here, I think Gustavo was supposed to get in the truck. So we'll see what happens with the 1L. But they are currently leading the Legends class. That's what the L is, obviously. It's them, and then you have the 85L Clay Lawrence. Those are your top 2 Legends entries right now. The number 70, that brand new truck we were talking about, less than 100 miles on this truck before the race. Brand new Mason all-wheel drive for Kevin Thompson and Harley Letner. Harley Letner is going to be getting in right here, actually, if he's not already in the truck. So he was going to get in somewhere between 250, 260, or right here at the very latest. So that should be Harley Letner now in there with Brent, who's been around forever. I know they were super stoked to get this new truck. So glad the truck was able to make it to them. Kevin Thompson obviously had a lot of fun in his brand new truck. He got to do his whole section. So Kevin Thompson is out of the new truck and handed it over to Harley Letner. And now he's off. Right behind them, here's your first Spec truck. We don't have to go far. Jason McNeil, he's been leading all day. Jason McNeil is always fast. He's either checkers or wreckers is how Jason McNeil is. I know Pistol Pete used to call him Jason McSquirrel because he was always just all over the place and going full speed and everything. But he's toned it down a little bit the last few years, and he's definitely he's fast and he's been holding it together. So that's good. So I'm gonna send out a little update here. So he is your first Spec. Right behind him, Cody Reed. First place Class 1, same as last hour when we checked. This battle between Cody Reed and Brad Wilson has been epic all day. They have literally been within about a mile or 2 of each other since the start. Like, we are 280 miles in this race, and they have been on each other's bumper the whole time. Most of the time, it was Brad Wilson that was in the front, and then Cody Reed was able to get around him maybe like 100 miles ago or so, and it's been a really good battle in Class 1. Pretty much it's between those 2 cars in Class 1. The other ones are a little bit behind the next Class 1 car. So Cody Reed or Brad Wilson looks to be your Class 1 leader as of right now. And let me see if we got any other. No one is through yet over there. I'm keeping an eye for split times for you guys at mile 330 out there at the beach. As soon as we get one in, I'll let you know. So far, it's only Bryce that's come by. So in Spec, we said Jason McNeil was up front, right? And then we went back to Elijah Kiger is going to be second, EJ Herbst third, Mike Marsal fourth, and then we have Kevin Adler here. Christopher Polvardi is going to be fifth. Who else? Justin Davis sixth, Thor Herbst seventh, and then the 228 Ryan Hancock that hasn't updated in 3 minutes, so they're actually going to be up here. They're going to be next. Oliver here. And Brent Fox, we saw that. You guys see that video we posted earlier? He almost wadded it up early. I don't know who was driving it there, but they had a good save to the Brent Fox truck earlier in the day. Definitely, they saved it. All right, then we have Mason Cullen, the old F&L truck back here. We got Gary Magnus, the Mango truck. Looks like they're at 0 miles an hour, most likely at a pit right there. Anytime you see someone at 0 miles an hour on a highway, it's usually one of the pit stops. So don't think too much of it if you see him at 0 miles an hour on the highway. Tim Herbst, they had issue early. They're still going. Tavo Vidosola, we haven't heard what's going on with Tavo. If anybody out there in the chat knows what's going on with Tavo, let us know. We did get some other updates. So Alan Impudia had a broken yoke on his drive shaft third member area. He had a broken yoke, so that was why Impudia was out of the race. Toby Price, Paul Wheel had a broken steering box. They got it changed, and they're back in the race. So you can see right here is the 46. So they had steering issues. Lots of steering issues today. That seems to be the theme today. We've had steering boxes. We've had steering pumps. We've had sector shafts. We've had lots of stuff with the steering going on today. The broken steering ram on the number 27, the Brenthal entry. So steering ram, it's pretty much every component of the steering system on these trucks has failed on someone's truck today. So the 27 is out with a broken steering ram. Toby's back in. Dan twisted a sector shaft on his truck, like we said. So they're still moving the 23. And that's the updates of carnage that we have right now. Let's see, you guys say broken yoke isn't a hard fix, right? Guess it's all or nothing. No, you could change it out if you get the spare out there, but I think a lot of these guys, the 500, if they're not going for points, there's not much else at this race because your finishing position doesn't affect your starting position at the 400. There is qualifying again at the Baja 400. So if you don't finish here, it doesn't really matter unless you're going for points. So, and Pudia is obviously not going for points. So it looks like he called it a day. If it was the Baja 400, you'd probably fix that because you know that's your starting spot for the Baja 1000 is how you finish. So that definitely comes into play at some of these races there. So let's look at some of the other classes here. I'm going to turn some of these off. Let's go to the golf cart classes. So the fastest one so far this race, or out front on the course at least I should say, Brock Heger. He's got a pretty big gap. Check out this gap now. Brock is kind of checking out. He is in front of Justin Lambert, who's been moving up. And then look at this, Roger Norman. Roger Norman started all the way in the back, I think. He might have even had a rear start for this race because he didn't race at San Felipe. Most of these guys did. So he started behind all of them in this new line built single seat Pro R, and he is hauling the mail. I just posted a video of him a minute ago. Roger Norman up to third physical right now, and he's definitely probably ahead of Justin Lambert or right close to him on time, depending on where he started. He's just going to have to catch up to Brock Heger here, who's kind of checking out on everybody. But keep an eye on Roger Norman in his single seater there. Definitely interesting. All right, Mike Caffro's there. Ronnie Anderson, Kristen Matlock. That's another new line car. New car. Brandon Sims, 0 miles an hour at a pit. Wayne Matlock. Wayne Matlock's been sitting at that pit for a while. He was first on the road for a lot of the day, and then he came into that pit right there, and he's been at 0 for a long time. So definitely something going on with Wayne Matlock's car. He's been in that pit a long, long time. So if we hear what's going on there, we'll let you know. In the UTV forced induction class, they're not that far behind. Remember that the leader, Brock, was down here. You can see they're just up here, and they started behind all those other guys in the class. Austin Jones is your leader with Phil Blurton right on him. Good battle between Austin Jones and Phil Blurton. Both of these guys are in Can-Ams right here. Obviously, the forced induction class. It's pretty much all that's left in this class, unless you're racing a Turbo S maybe, or a Turbo R. I guess you would be in here too. So Austin Jones in first, Phil Blurton in second. We got PJ Jones next, and then Edgar Leon is at 0 miles an hour. So that's not a good sight. So that's a look at your top guys. Jason Murray coming along in the forced induction class. Current corrected time, somebody's asking on lead TTs. Well, we're waiting. So far, there's only one TT that's across the crossover road. So we have a guy sitting right here at right past check 2 that's giving us split time. So far, we only have Bryce that's through there. So Bryce has a pretty big lead right now because he was through at, let me see what time that was. Bryce came through at, let's see, where was it? At 3:02. 3:02, Bryce was through. So that was 12 minutes ago, and there's nothing yet. So Bryce has at least a 12-minute lead right now over the 87, who is, you can see that was updated 1 minute ago. He's still got a little ways to go. This is not fast. This is slow through here. You can see he's doing 50 miles an hour right here. That's about as fast as you're going on the crossover road in most of these sections. It's so tight and twisty, you really can't get up to speed much. So at least a 13-minute. This is going to be close to a 20-minute lead for Bryce right here. So definitely, he's got a big lead. Yeah. Hang on, we're gonna do one update. All right. So we will keep you guys updated as soon as we get somebody there. Okay, going back to looking at some of the other classes, let's go look at the Pro Stock UTV class. This was a good one. It looked like we had a good battle. Sarah Price was up front earlier, and it looks like Sarah Price is not updated in 4 minutes, so most likely still going to be up front once that updates. But Douglas Cornwell is going to be pretty close behind her because, look, that one hasn't updated for 1 minute. 1 minute there. So let's see, 3,900. Annabelle Lopez is going to be in third, 3,953, and then Eddie Chavez there. All right. We're getting some split times coming in for you guys. All right, so that's the Pro Stock class there. Normally aspirated. So this is the NA class. A little bit more spread out racing going on in this class. We have Joe Bolton leading. He is first. Next, Zach Seislov is second. We got Lawrence Janeski is going to be third. And then back to Gabe Matthews in fourth. So I think that's pretty much the same order. Maybe these two guys switched right here, but pretty close to, yeah, Zach actually, I think he was behind him. And you see that hasn't updated for 5 minutes. So Zach's actually going to be up here a little bit closer to the front. So Zach Seislov in his Honda UTV is definitely making up some time in this class. So keep an eye on him. If you're Joe Bolton, you're going to have to pick it up a little bit because Zach is gaining on you a bit here. So that's a look at the Pro UTV class. Now, what did you guys say? Ray Griffith gets in the 87. Yes, Ray Griffith is in the 87. So the 87 is now Ray Griffith. He's driving it all the way to the end. Somebody says 24 out. I hadn't heard that yet myself. Where was the 24? No, 24. They're stopped right here. So they've been stopped for a while, huh? That is Rob McCachran. He's been stopped for a little while. I haven't heard officially what's going on with Rob Mack's car yet. If anybody watching knows, let us know. He's definitely fallen back and had a long pit stop because he's been passed by quite a few Spec trucks already. So something is going on with Rob Mack. He had a really good run going up until then. It seemed like it didn't seem like he was stopped with issues, but maybe there was something going on with the truck. And when he got to there, they noticed something else or something like that. So we'll try to figure out what's going on there. All right, Class 10. That's what I was trying to find for you guys. All right, Class 10 leaders right here. The 1091, Francisco, is that on the course? Yeah, he's on the course. So that's going to be your lead Class 10 car right now. 1091, followed by Dale Eberts in second. Looks like he's gaining a little bit of time, actually. So Dale in second. We got Carlos, the 1082. Then we got the 1079, the 1014, 1006. Stan Potter dropped back a bit. 1061. And then the 1020. So that is... That's a good battle still in Class 10. You got those top 8 cars or whatever that is right there, all really close together still. So definitely a good battle going on in Class 10. Somebody wanted to see Class 1. Well, we showed them earlier, but we can show them again for you. There's pretty much only 2 cars that were battling it out for the lead, and it's right here. And look at this. This is an epic battle between Cody Reed in the 168 and Brad Wilson. So definitely really good battle going on right here. Let's see. Looked like he was on jack. All right. Somebody just said Rob Mack. Dan 200 reported Rob Mack looked like he was on jack stands and something going on in the back of the truck when we went by 10 minutes ago. So maybe a diff, rear end, drive shaft, something like that going on Rob Mack's truck. So there's Rob Mack update for you guys. But yeah, 153 and the 168, that's an epic battle right there. They're on each other's bumper all day. Definitely really cool to see a good Class 1 battle. But then behind them, you got to go back a ways. I mean, look at this. They've pretty much checked out. These are Class 10 cars. So Al Torres back here is third place Class 1. And then more 10 cars. I don't even know where the next 1 car is. Maybe right there. Is that a 1 car? Yeah, Damon Jeffries. So third and fourth place are way back here. Damon Jeffries is in fourth. But Class 1 right now is all about those first 2 cars. I mean, if you're watching that race, you're watching these 2 guys right here. This is where it is today. So that's your Class 1 battle for you guys. 1600, let's go look at them again. Let's see. 1600, there they are. So many classes on here now. It takes a little bit. All right, scroll back, go back up a bit. 1685, Pablo in first, 1625 in second, 1644 in third, 1606, and the 1681. I think that's pretty much the same order that it was last hour when we updated. So kind of close between the top 3 and then a little bit of a gap back to 4th and 5th. So that's what's going on in Class 1 to 1600. And that's pretty much, let's look at Class 5. They have 3 cars. So we have 511, Eli Yee is first. Mike Sullivan is second. And then Martin 525 is third. So that's Class 5. Trying to look at classes that have more than 1 car. It's not too exciting to give you guys updates on classes that have like 1 car. You know what I mean? We'll look at Class 7. They have 3. So this is going to pull up all the Class 7. So 709, Ethan Ebert, that's the Honda truck. They're in first place. So they are leading. Then in second place is going to be Dan Shamley. And then in third is going to be Gasper right here. Now in the 7F class, you're going to have Geraldo in first, then the 714, Justin Park in second. So kind of close between first and second. And then Caesar in third and 704th, Aaron in fourth. So that's a look at 7 and 7F. There's different classes now. All right, we've just had our second car come by on the highway. I'm going to write it down. 87, Mike Walser, is 18 minutes and 40 seconds back physically. So 18:40 to Walser at the highway. So there you go. So there's an update for you guys. All right. So that pretty much covers all those classes, I think, there. That was a pretty good update there for you guys. All right. All right. So don't forget the 11. Well, there is no 11 this race, unless you mean the 11X. The 11 is the 24 this race. That is Rob McCackern. Something's up with the back of their truck. It sounds like they're up on jack stands. So we'll see what's going on with them next update. All right. Well, that covers this update. We'll be back next update for you guys. So tune back in at 4 p.m. with your next update here on Fishgistics, all right? See you guys in a bit.